You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Topping our news tonight, Florida leads the nation in the number of motorcycle deaths each year, according to studies by the Florida Highway Patrol and AAA. Based on the most recent data, death rates were increasing steadily each year, with 20% of car deaths being motorcyclists. This as FHP is investigating a fatal motorcycle accident that happened just last night. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live tonight from Beneva Road and Sarasota Square Boulevard with more. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline, good evening. The crash happened right back there. 26-year-old Raymond Consul was killed in that crash last night. Now authorities are urging folks to be extra careful. 19-year-old Kyler McDowell loves riding his motorcycle. It's something he's been doing now for about 2 years. He tells us it's very concerning with the number of crashes that have taken place recently in Sarasota and Manatee counties.
I've seen one firsthand as we were just going to a party. It wasn't good at all. She didn't see us. She was drunk.
The high amount of crashes involving motorcycles, some of them fatal, has led to the creation of a group called 941 Riders, where the primary focus is to bring awareness to drivers and motorcyclists about safety out on the roads. The group holds peaceful demonstrations the first Saturday of every month at locations where there have been crashes.
Sometimes it is our fault. Sometimes we are in the wrong. We have to take responsibilities for our actions. Sometimes it's the car fault, you know. At the same time, at the end of the day, we're all trying to go home to our family.
A recent video that went viral shows a hit and run where a vehicle struck a motorcyclist in Sarasota. The rider of the motorcycle was injured and the driver of the car was tracked down and arrested. Trooper Ken Watson with Florida Highway Patrol says it's important for both drivers and motorcyclists to always be aware.
Unfortunately, what is happening is drivers simply are not seeing the motorcyclist. A violation of right-of-way is when someone pulls out directly in front of someone. This is what is killing our motorcyclists. We have to have that good situational awareness.
Trooper Watson has these other tips. Although it's not Florida law for a motorcyclist to wear a helmet, he strongly encourages it. Both motorcyclists and motorists are being told to give yourselves plenty of time to get to your destination. And for drivers, you are being urged to don't text and drive. And we're being told last night's crash still remains under investigation. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Jacqueline, back to you.
Okay, Rick, thank you. The Sarasota County School District looking to manage its own school security department over the next 2 years. The district says it's a solution to the increased need for security following the Parkland school shooting. The program would be phased in at the elementary schools and implemented in all schools by the end of the 2019-2020 school year. It's a decision that is producing more questions than answers for local parents concerned about their students' safety.
The amount of infrastructure that's required to start an internal police force, you know, that's a lot of dollars and it's a lot of learning curve, and I just see that there should be a successful resolution between the two entities. I think that's what's best for students.
The district says that the job descriptions for these internal security positions would be on the board meeting agenda come May 1st. Well, the manhunt continues for the woman accused of killing a Bradenton woman to steal her identity. Billboards with her picture will be placed across several states. The U.S. Marshal's Office is looking for 56-year-old Lois Rice, who is said to be driving a white Toyota Acura with a Florida tag. Rice is also a person of interest in the murder of her husband in Minnesota back in March. The billboards will be placed in states where she's believed to be, like Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, and Nevada. Northport PD says this man did the laundromat dirty, literally. They say he damaged several machines at the Village Laundromat in Northport last month trying to steal some change. And now they want the public's help to identify him. If you have any information, you're being asked to contact the police non-emergency line. After several complaints about a police shooting range being too close to a local park, Venice's police chief is assuring the public their kids are safe. The range is located behind the police station within the Wellfield Sports Complex. Officers fire in the direction of the park's soccer field, which is drawing concern from parents. However, Police Chief Tom Mattmuller says several safety measures are in place. Officers use the range during hours when children are typically in school. Overhead safety fixtures are also set up, and there's a master staffer and an instructor on hand for every person shooting. Well, what's better than finding a lucky penny? Maybe finding out a coin you thought was fake was actually worth millions. That's what happened to one New England man who had this historic coin just lying around. A Sarasota coin company confirms it's a genuine half eagle, which were made during the gold rush in the 1800s. The owner did not say how he came about it, but the chairman of the world's largest rare coin company in Sarasota says there are only 2 others known in existence. Could you imagine picking that up? Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob, what would you do with all that?
I don't know. I'll tell you, I'd like to see it, though, and I'd like to find that. 66 degrees right now, clear skies out there. We have the dew point temperature coming up, and that means the possibility of some fog with clear skies and light winds. We'll see that tomorrow morning. As far as current temperatures go, right now 70 in Orlando, still pretty warm, and Miami at 73, 66 in Tallahassee. And as far as the winds go, they're really light across the region right now, and that's a direct result of this large high pressure system, which kind of caps the atmosphere, doesn't allow a lot of mixing to go on. We had a problem with some pollution. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. And then again, those winds will stay rather light tomorrow. We'll have 5 to 10 mile an hour winds, a little sea breeze developing in the afternoon. So along the area beaches, temperatures will warm into the upper 70s, but inland areas like today will get up into the mid to upper 80s. East of I-75. Well, we have a developing storm system to the northwest of us, which will bring us another chance for some showers over the weekend. We'll talk more about that, but for tonight, generally fair with some fog forming, and the same story, I think, on Friday. The chance for fog will be there. Well, more in the forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, talk to you soon. Florida anglers will have a 40-day red snapper fishing season in the Gulf of Mexico this summer. That's a longer season than most previous seasons, which ranged between 3 and 42 days. Additionally, the 40-day season will apply to both state and federal waters. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission reports there are many areas of Florida where snapper are rarely caught in state waters.
This is a great opportunity for people to get out on the water. The originally proposed season was slightly shorter than this, and so the addition of these extra days is something that we're really excited to be able to offer.
Snapper season is scheduled to start on June 11th and close on July 21st. The 40-day season in the Gulf will be in effect for both this summer and next. A police chase leading to a swamp, all caught on camera. Take a look at this video taken by the Pasco County Sheriff's Office.
Cuff him.
Let me get up, please.
You got cuffs?
Yeah.
Stop!
Well, the man in that video, Paul Smith, allegedly hit a Hernando County deputy and then drove off partially handcuffed. He made it all the way south to Pasco County, where deputies then chased him into the Lake Thomas area, where he then crashed his car. He then ran on foot to this swampy area and hid until deputies and their canine found him and arrested him for aggravated assault and violation of probation. The Hernando County Sheriff's Office says they plan on charging him with multiple felonies. The accused gunman in the Florida high school massacre is being listed on court records as not indigent, meaning he is not poor and has sufficient income to afford a lawyer. A Broward County court clerk says Nicholas Cruz has more than $2,200 in stocks and bonds and $25,000 in other income. Cruz is accused of murdering 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School on February 14th. The court has been trying to determine if taxpayers will pick up the tab for his defense. The judge is expected to make a final determination on Cruz's status before the end of next week. Well, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is offering a reward for information on an injured turtle. They say this gopher tortoise was found in Lake County, completely covered in red spray paint with concrete on its limbs. He was found in the middle of the road, and they say 2 Good Samaritans picked him up and took him to a rehab center. Now, gopher tortoises are threatened and are a protected species here in Florida. If you have any information about who may have done this, call FWC. A conservationist in South Florida says they have video of what could be a new species of manta ray. The drone video was recorded on Monday near Palm Beach. Jessica Pate with the Florida Manta Project says this looks like a 3rd species of manta ray that her organization has been studying over the years. It doesn't even have a name yet, but there's one thing they know for sure: they must be protected.
This is likely a very important habitat to protect. We have evidence that this is a nursery ground, which is where these young of the year or juvenile manta rays are going to develop safely into adulthood.
The Florida Manta Project is still studying the possible new species. Most of their research happens in the summer when manta rays are in South Florida in greater numbers. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, Puerto Rico facing its worst blackout since Hurricane Maria hit in September, leaving some residents wondering whether the island will ever fully recover. And the latest on the investigation on the deadly Southwest crash yesterday and the pilot that saved many.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
20 years ago, the moviegoers of Sarasota looked up at the silver screen and wanted something more. And they got exactly what they wanted. 20 years of some of the best independent films from around the world. The most iconic Hollywood stars walking the red carpet. The most glamorous parties in Southwest Florida. 20 years building up to the most exciting announcement in, well, 20 years. At the Sarasota Film Festival, April 13th to the 22nd.
CashNet USA is trusted by over 2 million customers.
Perfect. When I lean back, I trust that you will be there to catch me.
Okay, bad idea, bad idea.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.
Well, Bob, I know the weather was great today, but I know you mentioned that we had some bad conditions for some folks in the area.
Right, it's up in the elevated level there as far as the ozone goes, and sometimes that happens. Right now it isn't, but it will tomorrow afternoon. So people who have respiratory problems are going to experience some problems maybe tomorrow afternoon again as that number goes higher. We are looking at high pressure dominating our weather right now. A lot of times that acts as a cap and doesn't allow the pollution to mix or the atmosphere to mix and get rid of some of that high ozone, but that'll be the case again, I think, tomorrow afternoon. That's when it's its highest. So again, avoid prolonged exposure to the outdoors if you have respiratory problems, especially tomorrow afternoon, as it could be bad. Once again, the number is 105. Casey Key showing a gorgeous sunset tonight. We had clouds coming in right at the right time. And get a look at this. This is a amazing shot right here. This is from Dennis LaPlante, and you can see what are called sun dogs right there. You can see one right there, small, what appears to be another sun dogging the sun, and then another one right there, and then you got a nice halo effect as well. You don't get this very often, two. You can see one usually, but not two. Dennis, appreciate that photo. And this is what causes it. High cirrus clouds came in right at the right time tonight, just as the sun was setting. That's typically when you see the sun dogs, is when the sun is low on the horizon at sunrise or at sunset. And boy, it caused a great shot here with lots of different colors with the high-level cirrus clouds in North Sarasota. And Rita also getting that picture looking out over Sarasota Bay near the Ringling Bridge there near Bird Key Park. So a lot more photos came in. I'm going to post those on mysuncoast.com in a story there, so you want to check that tomorrow. 64 degrees in Jacksonville right now, 70 in Orlando, 73 in Miami, so still pretty warm down south. Temperatures a little bit warmer tonight than they have been, too. Again, temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. The Gulf water temperature at 75, and with the clear skies, light winds, and a little bit more moisture back into play. Fog is going to be a concern tomorrow morning for Suncoast residents, and you may need a little extra drive time tomorrow. For your day planner, looks like this. Just a few clouds as a result of that fog burning off, but generally mostly sunny skies anticipated throughout the day. Beaches will see highs right around 80 like we saw today. Another gorgeous day. And then inland areas mid to upper 80s. Fog could be a problem, I mentioned that, and then should see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies throughout the day. Here's a weak front. This is at 5 a.m. on Friday. You can see it stretching right across central Florida. Not expecting a lot of rainfall with this front. We will see maybe a little bit more cloudiness around. Temperatures behind it not all that cool. And then that front will remain stationary, and it'll be the catalyst for a few more clouds on Saturday due to the daytime heating. On top of that, a few showers are possible. Now, not a lot of rain on Saturday, but there is a chance for a few scattered showers. You can see that depicted by this particular model right there, a thin line of showers wherever that front sets up. This is an area of low pressure which will develop and track across the southeast United States. That will bring us a good chance for showers and the possibility of a few isolated thunderstorms. Don't anticipate anything like we saw this past weekend, but we will still see some showers and an isolated thunderstorm or two. But all in all, it should not be too bad of a weekend. 66 degrees currently. We have clear skies, I mentioned, and those light winds and humidity way up there at 87%. The high today was 80 degrees, but look at the low this morning, 52, not too far off from a record low. I think we're done with the cool spell for at least a little while. There's a chance we could see some cooler weather again later on tomorrow. Well, those winds will be rather light, anywhere from 5 to 10, with a little sea breeze developing in the afternoon, but all in all, should not be too bad as far as breezy conditions go. Great boating weather. A snowstorm moving through now parts of Wisconsin and Iowa. Another one developing out west that will not be good news for folks in the north central U.S. Southwest winds turn to the west at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be running right around 2 feet and a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The extended forecast shapes up like this. Temperatures staying in the 80s all the way through it. Chance for showers on Saturday, better chance Sunday afternoon and Monday, and then a 20% chance on Tuesday and Wednesday. Jacqueline?
Okay, thanks, Bob. President Donald Trump and the Prime Minister of Japan are uniting to speak about issues that concern both nations. The two leaders say the future held free, fair, and reciprocal trade, but details weren't clear. When asked, the Japanese Prime Minister said the Trans-Pacific Partnership would be the best deal for both Japan and the U.S. However, Trump did not agree.
I don't want to go back into TPP, but if they offered us a deal that I can't refuse on behalf of the United States, I would do it.
And despite President Trump bringing up the possibility of a future deal, as of now, the tariffs will remain. The citizens of Puerto Rico just can't catch a break. The entire island now without power following a power outage. The cause of that blackout still unclear, but officials estimate power will be restored within the next 24 to 36 hours. More than 6 months ago, Hurricane Maria slammed into the island and destroyed the electrical grid and much of the infrastructure there. Puerto Rico has since been dealing with an unstable grid ever since. 3 million U.S. citizens currently live there. Meanwhile, here in Florida, federal assistance to help people recover from Hurricane Irma has now reached $1 billion. The money approved through FEMA's Individuals and Households program includes nearly $693 million in housing assistance, $503 million to help pay rent for those whose homes were not livable after the storm, and another $180 million for home repairs. Well, by now, you've likely seen the story about the deadly Southwest flight that made an emergency landing, but you probably haven't heard much about the pilot who landed the plane after the engine exploded mid-air. One passenger says she displayed, quote, nerves of steel. Passengers say Tammy Jo Schultz spoke to them directly after the landing to make sure that everyone was all right. The Washington Post reports that Schultz was one of the Navy's first female fighter pilots. She landed the plane after it dropped from 31,000 feet to about 10,000 feet in a little over 5 minutes. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the latest on the investigation of the deadly crash that some believe could have been a lot worse.
Investigators now analyzing the mangled pieces of Southwest Airlines Flight 1380's engine.
Yes, sir, we're single engine descending, have a fire.
Ripped apart at 30,000 feet, the plane depressurizing. Passenger Jennifer Reardon sucked part way out of this blown out window.
Had the window go out, and a lady go out the window, and I couldn't pull her in. The guy helped, and we got her pulled in, and they tried to resuscitate her.
The mother of two dying of blunt force trauma. The pilots, including Captain Tammy Jo Schultz, who was one of the first female Navy fighter pilots, making an incredible emergency landing in Philadelphia. Schultz then going back, hugging passengers.
She's phenomenal. She's amazing.
This the second engine failure like this with a Southwest Boeing 737 in 2 years. A source telling ABC News it happened with similar engines with seemingly similar failures. A fan blade breaking at about the same spot, sending shrapnel spewing forward.
We are very concerned about this particular event. Engine failures like this should not occur, obviously. If we feel that this is a deeper issue, we have the capability to issue urgent safety recommendations.
And Southwest has now ordered enhanced, accelerated inspection of its fleet. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Tonight, Kimmel's all new with everyone's favorite girl, Gwen Stefani.
I love it.
And we play Who Knows Gwen with her biggest fan.
Have you ever had a restraining order filed?
Plus, Josh Holloway's here.
Good choice.
Kimmel, new tonight on ABC.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Set your course for a waterfront lifestyle on Florida's last private island. Discover one particular harbor by Margaritaville. Nearby sugar sand beaches are as easy to find as the warm Florida sunshine. Waterfront residences from the high 400s overlook beautiful Anna Maria Sound. And a new marina with direct access to the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, incredible savings on move-in ready homes. Come tour designer models today. Visit ophmintousa.com now.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
I'll be right back.
Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Joey Panic on Suncoast View. Van Wezel previews their exciting new season, plus luxury yachts at the Suncoast Boat Show, and 3 Keys Brewing in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Now, sports.
Game 4 of the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight between the Lightning and the Devils. Tampa Bay leads the series 2-1, and the Devils hoping to even the series at home today. But ultimately, the Lightning took the win. The final score was 2-1. Pro tennis players from around the world are on the Suncoast this week, competing in the Elizabeth Moore Sarasota Open. This is the tournament's 11th year on the Suncoast, but it's the first time it's being held at Laurel Oak Country Club. Tournament director says having this kind of talent in town is great for the area tourism.
We've had some of the top players in the world come through here. Kei Nishikori, who's top 5 in the world, Sam Querrey, James Blake, Nick Kyrgios, who's top 20 in the world now. So, you know, with IMG here in our own background as well, the players like to sleep in their own bed. So it's a perfect meld to have a world-class event in our small community.
Players are competing for the top prize of $100,000. Matches began on Monday. The tournament will wrap up on Sunday with finals for singles and doubles. The Rays picking up a rare win this afternoon at Tropicana Field. Starting pitcher Jake Faria winning for the first time since last July, allowing 1 run over 6 innings to lead the Rays over the Texas Rangers 4-2 tonight. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
The Spring Fever sales event is going on now at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota. Drive a new 2018 Corolla for only $79 per month, the all-new 2018 Camry for only $119 per month, and 2018 RAV4 for just $129 per month at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Accolades are great. Just wait until you see our prices. Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
When money's tight and emergencies arise, CashNetUSA.com is available 24/7 to deliver quick loans for approved customers when they need it the most.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Three, two, one. Ignition. Liftoff.
NASA's TESS spacecraft is headed off to look for other worlds. It launched earlier this evening from Cape Canaveral. NASA says TESS's 4 cameras will be able to scan about 85% of the sky in 2 years. However, it does not require fuel to stay on the course, so that mission could actually go on for years to come. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to check out and see actually if there's any little planets around bigger planets in our solar system. On top of that, we were able to see it here from our coast this evening as it took off. Yeah, we could see the vapor trail, which was kind of interesting. It wasn't that spectacular, but because of all the dry air in place right now. We're going to see some sunshine tomorrow, some fog to start things off, temperature staying into the low 80s right through the next 7 days, chance for rain over the weekend.
All right, thanks, Bob, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a good night.